Imagine a creature often no bigger than your hand that can throw a punch so fast and so powerful, it's been compared to a .22 caliber bullet, a punch that literally makes the water around it boil. This isn't some sci-fi movie monster. This is the Mantis Shrimp, the ocean's own tiny, terrifying gladiator. So, what's the secret behind a wallop that can shatter aquarium glass and obliterate tough-shelled prey in a blink? How did nature cook up such an incredible weapon? Way down in warm tropical and subtropical waters, there lives an evolutionary rock star, the Mantis Shrimp. Now, these guys aren't actually shrimp. They're distant cousins, part of an order called Stomatopoda. And wow, do they come in a dazzling array of colors. But don't let the pretty exterior fool you. These colors are hiding some serious firepower. There are over 450 species, and they mostly fall into two camps based on their gear smashers and spearers. Spearers, like the name says, use sharp, barbed arms to stab softer targets like fish. But today, we're all about the smashers. These are the heavy hitters of the reef. Armed with two club-like arms, they swing with absolutely devastating results. They look almost alien, with eyes that move independently and have some of the craziest vision in the animal kingdom. They can see polarized light and a whole rainbow of colors we can't even imagine. But it's not just their eyesight that's superpowered. It's their punch that has scientists and engineers totally hooked. This underwater warrior is packing some serious naturally engineered heat, a biological wonder we're only just starting to get our heads around. The big question, the one that really gets scientists scratching their heads, is simple. How can a creature that's often just a few inches long unleash such a ridiculous amount of force? Some species are barely 10 centimeters, yet they can completely pulverize the super tough shells of crabs and snails, which are their favorite snacks. Think about the physics for a second. To get a limb moving as fast as a mantis shrimp's club, you need an incredible amount of power. If we humans could accelerate our arms that fast proportionally, we'd be punching through steel walls. The mantis shrimp goes after prey that other predators can't even dream of tackling, all thanks to a punch that seems to just laugh in the face of normal biology. It's like David versus Goliath, if David had a hammer that accelerated like a bullet. This isn't just about being strong. It's an incredibly clever biomechanical puzzle that nature has solved with jaw-dropping style. So what's the trick that lets this little animal unleash power that can be thousands of times its own body weight? Alright, so the secret to that killer punch isn't just about having massive muscles. If it was only muscles, the strike would be way slower. Instead, the mantis shrimp uses something truly amazing, a built-in elastic energy storage system. Picture drawing a bow or loading up a catapult. The shrimp flexes its powerful muscles slowly, not to throw the punch directly, but to cram energy into special parts of its exoskeleton. Most of this energy gets packed into a saddle-shaped bit, cleverly called the saddle, and another part known as the Merrill V, tucked into a segment of its club arm. These bits are made of super strong natural materials, including chitin, and they're designed to be incredibly stiff but also able to bend and store a huge amount of elastic potential energy. It's like winding up a really, really powerful spring. The muscles take their time to build up all this energy, which can then be let go in a flash. This energy storage trick is the first part of the puzzle, the first key to understanding its lightning-fast attack. Storing all that energy is one thing, but how do you release it almost instantly? This is where things get really clever with the Mantis Shrimp's design, thanks to a super slick latch mechanism. Once that spring, those bendy structures in its arm, is fully cranked and loaded, it's held tight by a latch. This latch stops the arm from firing off too early, letting the shrimp store up the absolute maximum amount of energy. Then when it's go time, the Mantis Shrimp just releases the latch. The mechanics behind it are pretty intricate, involving specialized hardened bits of its exoskeleton and some seriously precise muscle control. But that's not all. It's also got something called a 4-bar linkage system. Now, a 4-bar linkage is a pretty common gadget in engineering, just 4 stiff bars connected by pivots. For the Mantis Shrimp, this system acts like a force and speed booster. When all that stored elastic energy is unleashed, the 4-bar linkage helps turn that energy into an incredibly fast rotation of the dactyl club. That's the hammer part. This combo of stored energy, a quick-release latch, and that amplifying linkage system is what lets the Mantis Shrimp blast past the usual speed limits of muscles, basically turning its arm into an underwater cannon. So, the latch releases and bam! All that stored energy just explodes outwards. The Mantis Shrimp's club shoots forward at mind-boggling speed, hitting up to 23 meters per second, that's around 51 miles per hour in water. To give you an idea of how nuts that is, the acceleration is similar to a .22 caliber bullet, over 100,000 meters per second squared. This isn't just quick, it's one of the fastest limb movements in the entire animal kingdom. The force from this impact can be up to 1,500 newtons. Depending on who you ask, that's over 2,500 times the shrimp's own body weight, or even thousands of times its weight. Think 160 pounds of force. It's more than enough to smash the shells of mollusks and crabs like they're made of sugar glass. But the destruction doesn't end there. The strike is so incredibly fast that it literally boils the water around the club. This crazy effect is called cavitation. As the club zips through the water, the pressure behind it drops so low, so fast, that the water vaporizes, creating tiny bubbles. And this isn't just for show, it's cavitation. It's a cool bit of physics that the Mantis Shrimp has turned into a weapon. Those tiny vapor-filled bubbles created by that super speedy strike. They don't stick around for long. Almost as soon as they form, the higher pressure water around them makes them collapse. And they collapse violently. This collapse is actually an implosion, and it creates a second shockwave. This shockwave alone can be strong enough to stun, injure, or even kill prey, even if the club itself doesn't land a direct hit. So the poor target gets hit twice, first by the club, and then a split second later by the shockwave from those collapsing cavitation bubbles. The energy let loose during cavitation is huge. The temperature inside these collapsing bubbles can momentarily spike to thousands of degrees Celsius. Some say it's like the surface of the sun, just in a tiny spot for a tiny instant. This double whammy makes the mantis shrimp's attack unbelievably deadly and effective, meaning very few critters can walk away from that. Okay, so if you're dishing out these monster hits over and over, you've got to wonder, how does the mantis shrimp not just shatter its own weapon? If you're smacking things with bullet-like force, you'd expect some serious damage, right? Well, the dactyl club of a smasher mantis shrimp is an absolute masterpiece of natural material science. And let me tell you, research shows these clubs are incredibly tough. The club has a multi-layered setup, and each layer plays a part in its overall toughness and ability to take a hit. The very outer layer is often super hard and ceramic-like, made of stuff like hydroxyapatite, similar to what's in our bones and teeth. Underneath that, there's an area with chitin fibers arranged in spirals like a spiral staircase. This is called a booligan structure, and it's amazing at spreading out impact energy and stopping cracks from just ripping right through the club. Instead, cracks are forced to twist and turn, losing steam and preventing a total wipeout. And that's not all. Researchers have also found a V-shaped herringbone pattern in the club's outer layers, plus these things called phononic mechanisms. These are like tiny built-in shock absorbers that filter out damaging stress waves, especially the high-frequency ones. This protects the shrimp's own body from the shock of its own powerful blows and those collapsing cavitation bubbles. This seriously smart design lets the mantis shrimp deliver thousands of powerful strikes during its life without its main weapon breaking down. This crazy punch gives mantis shrimp a huge edge as predators. It lets them get at food sources that are basically locked away in armored shells, stuff that many other marine hunters can't touch. Smashing open a snail or a crab shell takes serious force, and the mantis shrimp has evolved the perfect tool for exactly that. As we mentioned, you've got the smasher types with their clubs, and the spearer types with their spiny barbed arms for nabbing softer prey like fish. Both have come up with super effective hunting methods for their favorite foods, and it just goes to show how evolution can take things in different amazing directions within the stomatopoda group. And get this complicated smashing gear isn't something they grow into later in life. Studies have shown that baby mantis shrimp can throw powerful punches just days after hatching. This means this superpower is key to their survival right from the get-go. It really highlights how vital this secret weapon is throughout their lives. Talk about a perfect example of natural selection creating some seriously specialized and incredibly effective biological machinery. It's a tiny titan, a true evolutionary marvel. The mantis shrimp's wild abilities haven't just impressed us nature nerds. Scientists and engineers are taking serious notes. That dactyl club especially is getting a lot of attention from material scientists who want to create new kinds of ultra-strong, impact-resistant materials. Imagine body armor that can take an incredible beating, or super light yet super strong materials for things like airplanes and spacecraft. Researchers are busy trying to copy the club's layered structure, its spiraling fiber patterns, and those herringbone designs to make synthetic materials with similar amazing properties. The way the mantis shrimp's club handles energy and stops cracks could inspire breakthroughs in everything from tougher helmets to more durable parts for cars and machines. By looking at these natural solutions, fine-tuned over millions of years of evolution, we can get fresh ideas for solving some really tough engineering puzzles. The mantis shrimp isn't just a cool creature, it's like a living blueprint for future tech, proving that nature often comes up with the best designs for. So, from the ocean depths comes a creature that's practically perfected biological weaponry. The mantis shrimp, for all its small size, is packing a punch with almost unbelievable power. It's all built on some seriously elegant physics, slowly building up and storing elastic energy in its specially designed exoskeleton, like carefully drawing back a powerful bow. Then there's that sudden explosive release, triggered by a clever latch and boosted by that brilliant 4-bar linkage system. This unleashes a strike of insane speed and force, a physical hit followed by the sheer destructive power of cavitation bubbles that boil the water around them, and it delivers all this with an arm so perfectly built to resist impact that it can handle thousands of these violent blows. The mantis shrimp is way more than just a colorful crustacean. It's an incredible example of evolution's power, an underwater warrior that has, without a doubt, engineered the ultimate high-speed weapon. Its secrets are still being revealed, reminding us that the natural world is just packed with mind-blowing innovation and power. Were you totally blown away by the mantis shrimp's incredible punch? If you were, go ahead and smash that like button. And for more explorations into the most amazing feats of engineering found in nature, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell. We've taken a good look at the mantis shrimp, but the ocean is huge and full of wonders. What other awesome marine life or incredible animal abilities do you think we should check out next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.